Good morning, Dingle's Crypto. So today we are going to be discussing Bitcoin's price, Ethereum price action, the stock to flow model, big media influencers discussing Bitcoin as well as DeFi, guys. So they're going through that learning curve of crypto. Bitcoin first, then Ethereum and DeFi and altcoins. It's a learning curve, guys, and people are visually going through that, and it's obvious that they are going through this learning curve, these big media influencers, right? So keep that in mind. And then lastly, I have a Yearn Finance partnership incoming. Obviously, it's not a secret, but it's actually a very cool protocol that I might go into depth later this weekend in its own video. But let's get started here. So Bitcoin price, it looks like we're creating a head and shoulders pattern like I was saying last night, which is obviously a bearish pattern, and we could see a dip, but I would definitely like to see exchanges. Leverage exchanges love setting up negative technical analysis and just fucking everybody over with liquidating their positions, because that's one of the main ways these leverage exchanges like Bitfinex and Binance and all these other ones make their money, is through liquidating leverage trades, right? So keep that in mind. I could see us drop a little bit, more people entered shorts, and then the exchanges and Tether are just like, nope, peace out. But let's go into Ethereum price action, kind of just following Bitcoin's price action. Nothing too exciting there. I would really like to see Ethereum go on another tear like it did in early January, right? That was a very nice time. Before we get into the actual crypto news, all I want to say is roll motherfucking Tide. We won the college football national championship last night. This was a picture of the strip. Thousands and thousands of students are on the strip just celebrating and enjoying their life like people should, right? COVID does not like Alabama Southern Hicks, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I just graduated from Alabama last year, and I wish I was there right now. It looks like a lot of fun. Now let's get into some crypto news, because that's what you're here for, right? So stock to flow model, we are kind of across this line right here, which is this was due to halving, and then this is the stock to flow model. A lot of commodities you can show this, they have a stock to flow model, and it just is representing the inflation of Bitcoin, right, over time. And this was the first halving, and you saw a double top pattern, right? And we went above this line, and in a pretty big parabolic way, right? And then we retraced, and then we hit that double top, that really blow off top in January of 2013. And then in January of 2000, let's just say 2018, right? 2018, we had another blow off top, and I mean, we're going to do the same exact thing again, guys. We might see a pullback, like a double top scenario in a similar way that we did in the 2013, right? But we will go and hit the blow off top by the end of this year, guys. So I'm just holding. There's no reason to stress yourself out and try to trade this, because short-term price actions are very hard to trade, and anybody's shooting technical analysis down your throat, they're wrong half the time. So I would be careful listening to them. This is Bitcoin in Black America. He was on CNBC talking about underprivileged zones in the United States using Bitcoin to close the wage gap. Let's listen in. I think it's a very interesting conversation and points he makes.
That Bitcoin and cryptocurrency can be used to close the wealth gaps in underrepresented communities. Explain to us how this can happen.
Certainly. So for the first time in history, we have a Plan B option to the current financial system, which has seen years of redlining, racial discrimination, and other egregious acts by retail banks to the Black community. And in my opinion, the Black community has the opportunity to shift our mindset and our money, because money is nothing but monetary energy. We can shift our energy into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because there is no barrier to entry. It is unconfiscatable, which is something we have not seen in the history of the United States for the Black community. So I think Bitcoin is
I really do hope this gains some traction because I do think it is the biggest vehicle of wealth transfer, of generational wealth transfer that we will see in our lifetime. So if you're young like me, relatively young like me, I'm 22. If you're 25 to 30 and the previous generational wealth is coming our way, and I think one of the vehicles that is going to happen through is blockchain, and that's what I'm trying to position myself to take full advantage of, and I hope you guys understand that and can foresee that coming as well and position yourself accordingly. So let's go into this is kind of just a reminder that 20% of the existing 18.5 million Bitcoin are currently lost forever. So 20% of the Bitcoin is lost forever and gone forever. So keep that in mind. That is already priced in, should be at least, but it's people don't understand that. I just want to remind you guys. Mr. B says, someone remind me at 8:58 about what? About Pomp's podcast about Bitcoin, because Mr. Beast is huge into blockchain and Bitcoin, and he's a huge influential person. He's probably one of the most influential person of my demographic and age group. Very, very important person. He's influencing the younger generation, and obviously that's where the adoption will come from and where the growth will really kick in is the next generation. Blockchain will be used daily, and they won't even know it. So let's talk about Mark Cuban, because look at this. DeFi? Did he just use the word DeFi in a tweet? Mark Cuban knows about DeFi. It's just the learning curve. Once again, people learn about Bitcoin and then Ethereum and then DeFi and altcoins and protocols and Legos. Tokens can become Legos. Absolutely mind-blowing stuff, and I think he's starting to understand it. DeFi has incredible potential, but it's a long way for the unbanked. Most deal with cash or lack compute power, so they need intermediaries. That's costly. As DeFi grows away from over-collateralization, it will be interesting to see if access expands or contracts. That's a great point there. He also makes a great point with this tweet. Just remember, with DeFi, as with all derivatives, I don't understand that, but I do understand what he says next. The risk never leaves the system. So when he says that, let's just finish the sentence here. One segment collapses, they all face risk of collapse. So say something in DeFi fails and you have insurance on it through Nexus Mutual or something. If the whole system collapses, your insurance doesn't mean much, right? So at the end of the day, insurance can only protect you if the whole system does not collapse. And that's an important point to make. That's kind of there's always risk in DeFi. So keep that in mind. And I think Mark Cuban's learning about DeFi, guys, so he might be the next big Ethereum whale. He's a tech geek, so people don't realize how techy and nerdy he is. Let's talk about what you're going to do with all your money after this bull run. You should not be spending it. If you're my age, don't spend your money. Only spend income. And you can earn passive income through holding and using and utilizing crypto. And that's my plan, at least, is earn a passive income. My plan is never to liquidate my digital assets and spend that money, right? Unless it's for some sort of an investment. Why would I liquidate my digital assets to just buy some consumable? No, I'm going to try to generate some type of passive income so I can have that throughout my life. That's my plan, and I hope you guys have some sort of equivalent plan. Now let's talk about EIP 1559. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a Ethereum improvement proposal, and Tim Biocco, I hope that's how you say his last name, is Biko. Let's just say Biko. Is the Ethereum core dev heading this project. It should be out in the next couple months, but this Matterhorn guy says EIP 1559 is ready and it needs to be shipped. But he says, nope, it's not. And then he goes on to state the two reasons. But EIP 159 is basically, you understand that every time you send a transaction over the blockchain, you pay gas. And EIP 1559 allows part of that gas to be burnt forever. So every transaction that happens through the blockchain, there will be some Ethereum burnt forever, right? So therefore decreasing Ethereum's inflation and possibly even making it negative. So that's exciting, and it should be out in the next couple months, and that will definitely bring up and make some bullish moves in the market for sure. Now let's talk about Bitcoin's ETF approval. Just went up significantly because U.S. President-elect Joe Biden expected to name Gary Gensler as Security and Exchange Commission chair, and apparently he is Bitcoin and crypto friendly. But I do want to point out, this guy says, I'm not sure how you deduce that the probability has increased based on that statement. Clinton was very supportive of blockchain, which is the previous SEC chair. But an ETF approval puts a lot of risk on his shoulders if investors get crushed in a bear cycle class action lawsuit against the SEC. So once again, I don't think that Bitcoin's ETF will really be super huge. I'm sure it will bring another bullish case to Bitcoin, but do we need it? No. Would it be nice? Yes. It's another bullish case, guys. Another bullish case. Now let's get into that Yearn altcoin partnership leak. That's Alpha Finance, and they are creating very cool vaults that allow you to optimize your crypto passive income gains, right, by utilizing leverage and X, Y, and Z. I will make an in-depth video here shortly, but as you can see, it's just been going parabolic. It's not too bad right now, and only like 17% of the total supply is out, guys. So a lot more to be mined or yielded through their yield pools, right? So right now you can earn like 8% on your ETH through the ETH vault they have, right? Interest bearing ETH vault. So they use leverage. I would have to look into it more. Percentage of ETH utilized as debt versus the total ETH liquidity. So right now they're 88.92% utilization. So that basically means they're pretty highly leveraged, I believe. So yeah, total debt, so they are pretty highly leveraged. They're barely over collateralized. So keep that in mind. Obviously these vaults are risky because they can get drained by some exploit, some smart contract exploit. And here's Yearn Finance tweeting Alpha and Yearn Finance leverage vaults. There you go, guys. So they're kind of group teaming up here. So that's exciting because Yearn Finance is kind of making a monopoly in the DeFi space. So that is all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you gained any value, make sure you like and subscribe. We are growing, and let's get to 1,000 subscribers, because that would make my day, make my month, and maybe even my I wouldn't say year. I'd probably say make my 2 months. It would make my 2 months, yeah. And shoot a follow on my Twitter. I tweet some cool things once in a while, And then if you want to chit chat, we got the Discord and the Telegram link in the bio as well. So that is all for today, and have a great day, and dingle dingle.